Sarah, before we get to you, Representative Roberts, would you like your, we held the bills for the study, would you like your vote recorded? So, thank you, Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Friedman. I'm the co-director of the Learning Community Charter School in Central Falls. I support passage of Bill 5515 and I oppose Bill 5093. Before the executive orders, before November 8th, I had listened for 13 years to stories of our family's sacrifice and trauma that forced them on their journey to Rhode Island. One father had my job, school principal in Columbia. He sat next to me and told me how a gang of guerrillas came in with guns and threatened his life and his children's lives. That day, of course, he packed them up and they fled, leaving behind everything familiar, leaving behind his parents, the children's grandparents, leaving behind all the objects they cherished, leaving behind their home, traveling by foot, hitchhiking, crossing deserts and rivers with a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old in tow. He gave up his principal job in Columbia to clean offices on the night shift and work odd jobs in the day to feed his family here. Another couple told me, "We are desperate to bring our daughter here from Mexico. We have 2 children, but we had to choose one to escape, and now we are working to get her here. She's back home with my mother." Mom had their 5-year-old boy on her lap. She cleans houses. Father went on to say, "I work 2 jobs, 1st and 3rd shift. I have 1 day off every 2 weeks, and I would like to help the school on my day off." And you know what? He did. He showed up on those days off, and for hours he weeded and cleaned garbage from the bushes at our school because he believed we were giving his child a better future. I imagine many of you are parents. I'm a parent. When I listen, I think, what would I do if I were faced with these choices for my children? And I have hundreds of stories. Also, our students have stories of escaping to America to save their lives. Here's one small excerpt. I was the youngest in all the kids that were coming. We had no food and water. There was a place that gang members found us and they robbed us of everything we had. We had to sleep in the desert and the desert was extremely cold. One person was sick and the next day I did not see him. I never saw him again. She was 6 years old at that time. Now these same people, before any of these laws have been enacted or passed, just based on the campaign, based on the executive orders, these people, these hardworking mothers and fathers, these children, they're free in their new home in Rhode Island. This is not theoretical for them. Recently, a child in our school, for example, had a medical emergency. Rescue came. He couldn't move one whole side of his body, and rescue suspected he had a seizure. While they tried to put him onto the gurney, Mom came over and whispered to me in Spanish, "Sarah, I can't go. I can't go to the hospital." She knew she couldn't be with her son in an emergency because of fear of deportation. As a parent, could you imagine making that choice? We have children right now who are sleeping in their parents' beds because they are worried someone will take their parents in the night. Our families and our children were traumatized in their home country. They are re-traumatized now in our state. I hope you pass this bill, Bill 5515, because you, like me, believe and remember that most of us here in this room are the children, the grandchildren, or the great-grandchildren of immigrants. I hope you pass this bill because you, like me, know that the research clearly proves immigrants are not the source of crime in our cities, that immigrants are not the long-term cause, nor is their removal the long-term solution to bringing back jobs for native-born workers. But even if you do not share my beliefs, then you want to pass Bill 5515 because it will keep you safe and it will keep your community safe. Without it, many good families will be afraid to call the police when they witness crime or violence outside their doors. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Any questions for Sarah?